but tonight was just awful. So I apologize.
Especially in the winter time.
Well, yeah, and I. Yeah, yeah. Well, and I don't like to be late. It's one of my things, but I'm just not late. So, I am Linda. Okay.
I'm Tom.
You're Tom. Yes, I guessed that since you weren't here last week. I did want to go through real quickly some of the material that was from the last unit, okay, Unit 1, that we didn't get a chance to cover. But it's going to be pretty quick, and it's going to be a lot quicker even than it was intended to be. I want to talk about some terminology. In this course, the terms enterprise system, enterprise information system, and enterprise integration are all used as synonyms. Okay, they're all used interchangeably. In other courses that I've taken, that I've taught, they're different. Okay, but the material for this course, all of it seems to use them interchangeably. So don't get confused by that. Okay, first off, because reading through it, it took me a while to figure that part out. So I want to make sure that we had that right off the top. The enterprise system, in reality, and the way that most usage is, incorporates both the business processes and the IT that supports them. In this course, when we talk about the enterprise system or the enterprise integration, we're really talking about the enterprise information system. We're really talking about the system that is supporting the business. Okay? Yeah.
My question, see, a lot of this is still like business definitions, business words, and I'm kind of coming in from the engineering side, and I need to have like an example, like is it Oracle, is it like Metaphase with IDEA, like the SDRC IDEAs package, VPM with CATIA. Are those enterprise systems, or is it something different?
And we'll get into that a little bit, Chris, okay? But all of those would be part of your enterprise information system, okay? Give me just a couple of seconds, and if I haven't answered it when we get to the end of this presentation, ask me again. Okay? Okay? Is that fair? Okay. Enterprise integration, the actual enterprise integration itself is an initiative to integrate business functionality and all of the information from all of the organization's functional areas, okay, to really get to an integrated whole where all of the parts are talking together, where finance is talking to accounting, is talking to engineering, is talking to sales, is talking to purchasing, all the way around, okay? Each area within the business, and I'm sure you've heard the term silo, okay? You build up a silo. Purchasing has a silo. Sales has a silo. Engineering has a silo. Each of those silos has three components. They have the organization itself, the people and the way they're put together. They have the business processes that those people use, and then they have the information system and the data that supports those business processes and allows those people to do their job. So those three components are set up within each organization. And when I say that, traditionally that's exactly the way it was done. Every group did their own. So you've got an Oracle for purchasing. You've got an Oracle for marketing. You've got an Oracle for engineering. And they won't talk to each other. Okay? They don't share data. You have to sometimes truly manually, as in key typing, move the data from one system to another. Very error prone, very labor intensive, not very efficient. The effort of enterprise systems is to take all of those individual systems and make a complete system out of it. That is the whole idea. And central to that idea is one data source, one master set of data that everybody goes into and everybody grabs their piece of. The stuff that they are, number one, authorized to see, because not everybody gets to see everything in HR, okay? And number two, that they need to see to do their job. But when you talk about the data, for example, around a customer, that customer data is the same data, whether it is going to marketing, or to billing, or to design, okay? It's the same set of data. Maybe cut and sliced and diced differently. Certain fields may not be available to different organizations, but it's the same set of data. So if there's an error in it, everybody's got the same error. You fix it once, you're done. Does that help make sense out of it?
Yeah, because I see a lot of that when I was in the car companies. You've got a lot of meetings going on. You've got a lot of different groups. Let's say you've got the hard trim trying to butt up with soft trim like a headliner. And you've got two different suppliers. You've got JCI producing hard trim, and you've got somebody else doing the headliner. And you got a bunch of different CAD systems going at it. And you're trying to, you're having all this friction right in the interface where the two pieces are coming together.
That's right.
And there isn't an effective flow of information between purchasing, buying the parts, engineering, doing the testing on the parts for head impact, the design, getting the updated design model in there for your design review. So you got all this argument going on in these meetings. And I think that's probably what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing, these lines, is basically the meetings where everyone's arguing all the time.
That's right. So the objective is to bring it all up so that everybody is sharing the same set of data. You've now got the enterprise system. If you think of an enterprise effort as integrating the systems, making a system out of all of the systems, it comes together. And you're exactly right. And it's true whether you're talking about engineering data, or customer data, or financial data, whatever it is. And it's true in basically every organization. So enterprise information systems enable the fully coordinated operations of all of these functions. That is what they do. That is why we're interested in them. That's why we're going to be covering them in this course. Okay? And we're going to get deeper and deeper into that. But that is the whole concept. You've got to link all of the functional organizations together and get them on the same set of data. As a general rule, and this kind of goes at what I'm saying, you've got this whole system of systems here. Ideally, that also talks to your customers and to your suppliers, to your employees, and to your stakeholders, outside of your own boundaries. This slide says that all of them do that. I will say that all of them have the capability to do that. They are not all necessarily used that way. It depends on the way it's integrated and developed within or implemented within the company. They should, and they have the capability. In addition, done right, they have plenty of room for expansion. Okay, done right, you've got enough room to expand outside your borders, and to continue to expand outside your borders as you get into the full definition of a supply chain, being from your supplier's supplier to your customer's customer. Okay, they are generally software-based. Okay, that's the way you manage your data, obviously. They can be web-based, or they can work in a shared environment. They can work inside your own firewall or outside on the cloud. There's a whole lot of ways to do it. One of the keys to making this work, and I mentioned it earlier, is the quality of the data that's in it. Okay? If the data that's in the master database isn't any good, there's a saying in software engineering, GI-GO, garbage in, garbage out. Okay? This slide says good information equals good decisions. Is that true?
I think it is.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
I mean, it's not 100%, but it's in the right direction.
Bandar, thoughts? Does good information ensure good decisions?
Usually, yes.
Okay. I disagree with all of you. Decision-making is a human process. Bad information will almost ensure a bad decision. Good information, used improperly, will not ensure a good decision, in my opinion. Okay? Until you take the human element out of the decision-making, good data, as Tom said, is helpful, but it's not the whole answer. Okay? All of the pieces have to be in sync. That's relatively obvious. The 5 general components. The enterprise database is kind of the workhorse of the whole thing, and that is where all of the master data lives. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it is in one database. What it means is that there is one master set of data that every system has access to. That one master set of data may reside in 10 different databases, but they're all linked together such that it looks like, to the systems and to the people, one database. Okay? Then you have a set of controls on top of that database that restrict the access and make sure that everything's where it needs to be. On top of that, you've got your actual systems, your actual application systems, and then you've got your business process controls, and then your pervasive process controls, and those are the ones that, if there's a problem, it's going to tell you about it. Okay, that's kind of the last line of defense, are the pervasive controls out there. How do you get to an enterprise system? Well, there's really 2 main avenues. You can either develop it internally, or you can buy one. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. Oracle has one. SAP is probably the best known in the business for an ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System is what these big systems are called. The advantages of them are they're all modular. Okay, you can buy and implement the modules that make sense for you. The disadvantages are, and they're fully integrated. Those modules are fully integrated. You know, the companies have a vested interest in making them so. And they're pretty well out of the box. The disadvantages are they're expensive. They're very expensive as a general rule. Even Microsoft Dynamics, which they say is for small and medium organizations, you got to have a lot of cash, okay, to do that. And they require, unless you are going to do an awful lot of customization, they require you to change your business process to match the way their software works. Okay? If you aren't willing to do that and you want to go and customize the software, be prepared to maintain an IT staff. Because every time they make a change and a new version of that software, you're going to have to rewrite all of your custom code. So there's advantages and disadvantages. Yeah?
Is there another than ERP software?
There's a whole lot of them out there. Yeah.
But
These are the 3 big names. Yeah. There's BMC has one. There's a whole potload.
No, I mean enterprise system. Other